Kanye West is a Nazi. He said so. I don't know why we don't believe him. He is. And he didn't start being one as of this week either. It's been a while. Ever since Kanye and his wife's bizarre appearance at the Grammys a week ago, he's just seemingly been in a pretty weird spot, media frenzy wise. And now he's decided as of 2 days ago that he's just going to start tweeting 80 times a day, and it's yielded some strange things to say the least. In an ideal world, I'd show you all of the things he said, but both because I can't be bothered to sit through the thoughts of the deranged, and because I genuinely don't know if I can show some of the stuff he's been saying on YouTube, I'll try to keep it limited. But to say the very least, the Kanye West that probably inspired many of us a long time ago is gone. All we have left now is Ye, and I don't really like Ye very much. And it's not hard to see why, but it's strange and weird to try and reckon with that somebody so previously cherished could become so hateful now. And it feels really weird to have to grow away from some of your favorite music because of its creator. I myself got into Kanye West's music much later than a whole lot of people. I only started hearing him for the first time in about 2020. And when I did, along with a bunch of other artists I listened to that year, I think it probably changed my life. Right now, I'm currently studying to be a musician, and I won't lie, he was part of that decision. Part of the goal that I wanted to achieve. I wanted to be able to make music like that. Hell, I wanted to meet the guy one day. Fast forward 5 years, and I've felt pretty deeply uncomfortable listening to almost anything by him for about the last 3 years. The Alex Jones Nazi incident really isn't so easily overlooked. It's almost comical that it has been by so many people. But I think the last 2 days' events are probably the nail in the coffin for me. Even though I still wasn't actively listening to his music over the last 3 years, this is probably enough for it to erode away the love that I had even for those old albums. I'm not going to sit here and lie and tell you that I think they're the worst things in the world, but now I just don't care about them anymore. I know there's significant talk with Kanye in particular about separating the art from the artist, but I'd find that difficult to do for two reasons. One's that it's in the art. Did you read what were in the last two Vultures records? They sucked, so I'd forgive you if you didn't, but pay attention to some of those lyrics. His rhetoric and him being a hateful ass man is very much present in his modern music now. I don't know how you could separate that really. It's in the art too now. But also because the moment I turn on any of those songs from Graduation or My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy, the first thought will immediately be, man, I still wish he made music like this. Man, I wish he didn't become the weirdo that he would become later down the line. Man, I wish he wasn't a Nazi. And maybe that doesn't bother you. I can't tell anyone how to feel. Maybe all of this is genuinely something that you can overlook. Maybe you're still a fan. And that's fine, I guess. But it's not something I can overlook. I can't really overlook the Nazism. I can't really overlook the homophobia binge that is going on right now. Can't really overlook the anti-Semitism. I can't overlook the weird stunts in public places that no one appreciates or asked for. And above all else, I cannot overlook the shoddy quality of music that he's been outputting over the last 3 years. Once you get to the point of having people like Elon Musk in your friendship circles, or scorning people in the same industry as you who are a little uncomfortable with the weird ass behavior you've been on for the last couple of years, or defending accused serial rapist P. Diddy, or having the goal to scorn a dead man, I think we're long past the point of hope for the future. Let alone his personal politics, the music that has been coming out over the last years, substandard doesn't begin to talk about it. Part of the reason why I didn't make a companion video to my best albums of 2024 list was that it means I would need to listen to some of the worst albums of 2024. And with almost all of them, whatever, listening to bad music can be its own fun piece of enjoyment. But it would have meant having to listen to Vultures 1 and 2, and I just couldn't do that. I couldn't put myself through the genuine pieces of agony that he's been releasing. I don't think there was a worse release in hip-hop last year. And for a man whose personal politics are this rotten, to be releasing music of this standard is not where it needs to be for people to overlook this stuff. Maybe you can. Somehow. But I can't. Maybe Vultures 3 comes out someday, maybe Bully comes out someday. Maybe it's good. It probably won't be. And you know, it doesn't feel great. Doesn't feel like an I told you so moment. Just feels ass to have someone you used to hold in so much esteem become so heinous. Kanye West is gone, and whoever's replaced him just isn't cutting it. Maybe the man's grieving, who knows? Everyone loses people. Not everyone becomes a Nazi, though. Thanks for nothing, Kanye.